Agra is a city on the banks of the Yamuna River in the Indian state of Uttar Pradesh. It is about 210 kilometers south of the national capital New Delhi.
It houses one of the 7 wonders of the world, which makes it a famous tourist attraction.
October to March is considered the best time to visit Agra. This is between autumn and winter seasons in India, when the heat has really subsided, and it is considered to be perfect for doing all the sightseeing in Agra.
Indira Gandhi International Airport, or the Delhi Airport, is 220 kilometers away from Agra and is the nearest major airport to Agra.
However, the easiest way to reach Agra would be through Indian Railways from any part of the country. The Agra Cantonment Railway Station and the Agra Fort Railway Station are the two major railway stations serving the city.
If you reach Delhi, you can take numerous trains that are available from Delhi to reach Agra. If you want to come by road, there are numerous buses that are available to reach Agra, and it is considered one of the cheapest options to reach Agra.
Or else you can drive down or hire a private taxi to reach Agra. The highway here is really nice and comfortable to ride. Agra is around 250 kilometers away from New Delhi, and you can drive down the Taj Express Highway or Jamuna Expressway. It will take around 4 hours to drive from Delhi to Agra.
But what we did was we took a flight to Delhi, and from there we took a train to Agra.
There are numerous hotels, hostels and guest houses in Agra suiting all budgets and tastes.
But we suggest you to stay near the Taj Mahal because it is one of the major attractions for which you are in Agra.
As we were in a tight budget, so we stayed in Joy's Hostel, which by the way provides an amazing view of the Taj Mahal.
The options for food are endless in Agra. Numerous restaurants serving veg food, non-veg food and Mughlai food as well. Also, the street food options are endless here. We have a dedicated video on the famous food joints in Agra. You can check that out. Link is in the description.
Agra is equally famous for its sweets as well, and in particular the delicious petha. We had the opportunity to taste sweets in Agra on numerous famous sweet shops and the petha as well. We have a dedicated video on that. The link is in the description.
Getting around Agra is quite convenient because there are numerous rickshaws and tuk-tuks available.
But remember that Agra is a super touristy place, so do not forget to bargain while taking a public transport.
Agra has the famous Taj Mahal. Along with it, there are various other historical places to cover. And we think 2 days is enough to cover Agra.
If you are in Agra, you cannot afford to miss the Taj Mahal. It is one of the wonders of the world, and preferably you should visit it in early morning to avoid the overcrowding. We started our day with a visit to the iconic Taj Mahal. If you want to have a complete experience of the Taj Mahal with all the information, we have a dedicated video linked in the description. Please do check it out. After visiting the Taj Mahal, we were really hungry, and so we went for some bedai and jalebi in Shriji Mishtan Bhandar, and from there we went on to have some sweets in GMB.
Next, we visited the lesser known important monument, the Agra Fort, which was the main residence of the emperors of Mughal dynasty.
From Agra Fort, we took a tuk-tuk to visit Imatullah, Chini Ka Raza and Mehtab Bagh.
Imatullah is a Mughal mausoleum which is also known as the Baby Taj, and it's a very beautiful white marble structure. It's a very peaceful, serene and picturesque place.
Chini Ka Raza is a funerary monument in Agra built in the memory of Afzal Khan Shirazi, who was a poet and a scholar and also the Prime Minister of Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan. It is beautifully decorated with blue mosaic work and is located just beside the Yamuna River.
Then we visited the Mehtab Bagh, which is a Char Bagh garden complex. It lies on the north of Taj Mahal complex and the Agra Fort on the opposite side of the Yamuna River. It is perfectly aligned with the Taj Mahal on the opposite bank. This garden is very beautiful with lots of greenery, and it provides a magnificent view of the Taj Mahal.
From Mehtab Bagh, we got a local tip and we went back to the Taj Mahal to take a short 10-minute walk to the Dasera Ghat at the banks of river Jamuna, and it's a perfect place to watch the sunset in the backdrop of Taj Mahal and Yamuna River. Previously, boats used to ply from here, but unfortunately it's closed now, but nevertheless a great spot to see the sunset. And with that, our day comes to an end, and now we will be heading towards Mama Frankie and Sadar Bazaar to have some lip smacking food.
First, we went to the very colorful and famous Mama Frankie and had a Frankie from there. There are many non-veg and veg rolls available here, and the music that plays here really lights up the environment.
You can also take a visit to the Panchi Petha in Sadar Bazaar, which is very nearby, and taste some of their tasty pethas.
From there, to taste some of the lip smacking street foods, we moved to Chaat Gali. It is located in Sadar Bazaar, and this place is bustling with people. There are lots of chaat shops and various other eateries.
Next day, you can take a half-day trip to Fatehpur Sikri. We opted to take a local bus up to Fatehpur Sikri from Agra. As Fatehpur Sikri is 40 kilometers away from Agra, and we were on a tight budget, so we took the bus. But if you do not have time on your hand, you can opt for a private taxi or an auto to take you to Fatehpur Sikri.
Fatehpur Sikri is actually a small city that was founded in the 16th century, served as the capital of Mughal Empire in the times of Akbar the Great. But later on it was abandoned and the Mughals shifted their capital to Agra.
The prominent places to visit in Fatehpur Sikri are the Buland Darwaza, the Jama Masjid, and the Fatehpur Sikri Fort.
We have a dedicated video on Fatehpur Sikri. You can check that out. I will link it in the description.
After returning from Fatehpur Sikri, we thought of having lunch, and we went to the Ram Babu's Paratha Wala to enjoy some Mughlai style parathas.
Just opposite to the Ram Babu's Paratha is the Mariam's tomb, so we went on and visited the tomb. Then from there we took a ride for 5 rupees to reach the tomb of Akbar the Great.
It was built by his son Jahangir on 119 acres of grounds in Sikandra, and it's very beautiful. It also houses some peacock and deer.
As Agra is very famous for its leather goods, we went ahead and did some leather shopping.
And that's how we spent 2 days in Agra. You can also follow this itinerary. It won't be that hectic when you are in Agra to visit all the places. We also have a detailed video on all the places that you can cover in Agra. You can check it out in the description. If you are looking for a Taj View room in Agra for 2 persons, you can find it for 800 rupees. There are much cheaper options if you can stay in a dorm. Apart from this, there are also lots and lots of mid-range and ultra-luxury hotels in Agra. We had a very decent stay at Joyce Hostel for rupees 800 per night, and the Taj View room was really fascinating.
Food is quite readily available in Agra, and it is quite reasonably priced. We enjoyed the local cuisines at various different outlets, which was way above the basic need, but still did not end up spending 500 rupees for 2 persons per day.
The most expensive part of our trip was local transport, and we ended up spending around 2000 rupees in 2 days in local transport.
The next major chunk of our expense was the entry fee to various monuments. We spent about 800 rupees for entry fees to different monuments for 2 persons. For a foreign national, the entry fees increases exponentially. But if you are a student, there are some relaxation.
We also did some shopping of around 500 rupees in Agra and ended up spending not more than 3000 rupees per head in Agra. We thought that for a 2-day trip that was a dirt cheap.
Some of the pro tips to travel in Agra are: get all the tickets for the monuments that you want to visit online to avoid the queue. The link to book the tickets is in the description.
Visit the Taj Mahal in the morning to avoid crowding. Take public transports as much as possible instead of hiring private cabs to save on cost.
There are not much restrictions while entering the monuments. You can wear Indian as well as Western casuals. Hope you find this video helpful, and we have dedicated videos on this. You can check them out on our channel.
If you like contents like this, please do like, share and subscribe to our channel Bonkers Not.